We're holding support over here. Strong bullish candle right now is holding support and pushing up. That's why it's very hesitant for me to take any kind of sells right now. But we can be bouncing off this level. This is a high demand area, 150, 800 that we're now bouncing off of, but we are bullish. All these candles have been creating higher highs and higher lows over here, but this candle is starting to reject that area. Looking at the 1 hour, the 1 hour is flipping bearish, right? But it hasn't closed bearish yet. We still have 13 minutes for that candle to close. So let's see how this candle closes over here and see if maybe we could catch a move right back down. I'm just concerned again by these wicks over here to the left. We've been rejecting the area multiple times right over here. And then if you go down to the lower time frames over here, you'll see these wicks. And then you'll see these wicks over here to the left, just kind of matching up previous resistance, previous support, price kind of tapping into this area. But these wicks over to the left is something you guys got to keep in mind, mindful eye on. Let's see. Where is it? We'll do, yeah, now you can see it a little bit clearer with these wicks over to the left. Hard rejection zone. So we need these candles closing bearish if you're going to take any kind of sell over here. But this 800 level is definitely a high supply zone where we could be selling and rejecting over here to continue right back down. What's up, Kat?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Did a market breakdown with Sharma last night.
I totally realized that I missed that. I was like, wow, what was I doing?
No, you're good. I posted it in the analysis and breakdowns channel so you guys can watch it. Carlos was there.
Oh yeah. Gotta watch it.
So yeah, we've been making higher highs and higher lows over here all morning. During London, actually not higher highs and higher lows, but you do have some bullish price action just pushing us right back up to this 800 level. So we're tapping off, rejecting it multiple times, but now we're rejecting into this area of these wicks over here. So this is a hard rejection zone. You may not get the price action you normally look for, but let's see how these candles close over here. We got about 11 minutes for that hour to close. 30-minute candle, is that 30-minute candle also going to close below the support? If you take a look at the 15, what do we always say? If you guys are going to try and call tops up here, you want to wait for this support to be broken, which we got. We got this support broken and this candle close below with a wick to fill. We want to wait for that retest. And if we get candles still closing below that support, we could take that down. I just spazzed out. What's up, Jaden?
What's up, bro?
How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. So we're just looking at GJ over here. We're rejecting this area. But let's see how this hour closed. The hour just flipped bullish again. So you got to be hesitant because on the higher time frames, we are ranging over here. You're not getting much volume as of late. Like this is the last week to trade. So just be aware of the trades that you take. You're going to lower your risk, maybe trade on the higher time frames a little bit more. But nonetheless, you just want to be safe. So you're not really getting like clean candles here on the higher time frames or the hour over here. Everything's sideways. Now you could use this as a model. Last time we had this bullish run and tapped into 800, we ended up rejecting and then closing bearish multiple times and then just tanking over here. Kind of similar over here. But let's see what we get over here. If we get this supply zone to reject and continue down, that'd be nice. Just don't like trading against the trend. So can we catch this move right back down to this area? or we can continue down through here and continue right back down to that 900 level. Just makes sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
But again, you got to wait and see what this price action is going to be before you take that sell. Is this 30-minute candle going to close back into this range? Looks like it. It may. It looks like we may be getting that fake out on the lower time frames. 15-minute. But we still have time. We could still end up rejecting this area. Or what we can do is we got this clean close below with a wick to fill. This candle closes back into the range, and then the next candle closes right back outside of it. Next candle creates a top wick and then passes the low. So we end up, let's say that candle closed the way it is right now. We end up closing like this. Next candle creates a top wick and then passes the low. And maybe we could grab that. Just be aware of this whole area over here. But I think if we get some good volume, 730, right? We could push all the way down and at least get 10 pips because it's not far for 10. You get 10 right here. Put your stop loss somewhere up here and let this thing take off. That'll be your trade of the day. All right, so now while we're waiting for the hour to close, we'll go over to gold and see what gold's doing. Gold had a little run. Daily, obviously we got some fear in the market. Daily, just a mess. We've been pushing down over here. Since Powell became more and more hawkish, we pushed all the way back down to this 1762 level, high demand zone where price keeps pushing up from. We consolidated, push out of the consolidation, but we keep rejecting 1800 over here. It looks like we're coming right back up to retest 1800, right? But this 1800, I'll just mark it off here for you, is a strong resistance because we keep rejecting multiple times here to the left. Like it's, once we came back below, it's been very hard to stay above 1800, especially right over here where we ended up rejecting it perfectly and closing below. So could we just be retesting this area to then continue right back down? To me, there's a lot of fear in the market. Even with Powell being more hawkish and wanting to increase rates, a lot of fear in the market with Omicron, and looks like we're going to be going back into a lockdown, stuff like that. Maybe, hopefully not. But nonetheless, gold could be heading up right now. So looking at the 4-hour, we're holding a nice support back at this deep range. This whole area right here is a very tough area to trade in. Previous support, previous resistance, as you saw in the daily, but now we're holding support at that area to continue maybe right back up. But we are still printing these lower highs over here. So we haven't broken the bearish trend. And we're holding that support over here. Let's see what we look like on the lower time frames. I don't like having my zones like this either. I'm just going to make it like this. All right, so we ended up holding support right here, pushing up, getting out of this consolidation right here, clean close above right over here. This would have been a nice trade during London. Nice 1-hour trade. This candle exits the area, closes bullish right above the resistance over here. This candle creates a bottom wick, passes the high of it. You take this thing right back up to this area right in here. It's a key area, 41 pips. But now we just got this strong 1-hour candle bearish close right in this area. So this is interesting. This candle looks like it's trying to completely correct it. Is it going to close bullish? And continue right back up into possibly this area. Let's get rid of the mess again. Like the area as clean as possible. We got 1800 right there. Could we be coming right back up to tap into 1800? You have all these wicks over here that we need to look at. At the support. Yeah, perfect. And we rejected this area a couple times over here. With this wick. You have this wick, then you have this resistance over here. Price rejected it again on the 30-minute. This isn't the 15 or the 5. This is the 30-minute. So this is definitely a level that you need to pay attention to. 1798 before you get back up to 1800. Yeah, so just want to be patient. You need candles closing above that area. Okay, so perfect. Are we going to get a close like this on the 15-minute? The next candle creates a top wick and passes the low of it. That's our impulse entry that we like. Just gotta wait for these closes. And for me, just gonna get my magic keys ready. Kat, do you ever figure out your magic keys?
Yeah, I do, and then I don't, because then it disconnects from my MT4. Now I'm like trying to connect it again. So here we are.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that now again.
That's strange. Why that happened?
Maybe it's just me being a Windows noob. It's been like 10 years since I've used one. So
Oh, you're leaving Apple for a little bit, huh?
well, I have the Zoom on the Apple. I have like 3 computers right now. It's actually kind of crazy, overwhelming. But I'm using an old MSI gaming laptop.
Oh wow, okay.
These good purposes.
There you go. So I'm just labeling my chart over here to journal. So this candle still closed below, so that's good. We just rejected that area, starting to flip bearish. Candle's about to close in a minute. All right, candle closed bearish below that area. All right, so I typically don't like these wicks right here, where you get this wick, top wick over here with a weak bearish body where it finally closes bearish in the last minute of the candle. A lot of times this wick gets filled, right? Or we get like a deep pullback. So let's see if we stay below this range over here, or let's see if we break our own low. If we break the low over here and start to break the low of the previous candle, that's where you could have that entry, maybe putting your stop loss above this wick right here just to be safe, and take this thing right back down into this area. This will be a quick impulse. And this is where I'll want to be closing most of the position. If we get the impulse entry right here, closing it mostly at 10 pips, like 90%, or just like a quick scalp, the full thing going against the trend kind of. And you're consolidating on the higher time frames, and you're coming into this wick rejection range over here that we could easily just reject and then snap right back up. Not as much as gold normally does, but this is a place where I would want to just close the full thing. So we're getting ready for this right now. This candle's starting to break below. Everybody following over here?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody planning on taking this? Take the higher time frames real quick. See the daily Daily is rejecting this area over here and already created like a top wick. Actually, this is the 4 hour. 4 hour created a top wick over here. Is it starting to flip? The 1 hour starting to flip bearish over here. 1 hour candle closed bearish. This candle's creating a top wick, starting to flip. Beautiful. I hear somebody taking a trade.
Oh, oops. I didn't mute myself.
You get-
I got it to work. So
Nice. There we go. I'm going to use dynamic risk here. I'm staying patient, waiting for what we're waiting for. Also, you got that psychological number of 600 right here. So 600. Actually, price kind of closed at, and then we closed below over here, and now we're starting to reject again. So this is good so far. And also, like looking over here at this candle and this candle rejection over here, is this like an area that we need to be aware of as well? Unless this candle flips. See, this is good because we're being patient, waiting for certain things to happen if we're going to call tops up here. But also like it's cool because the 1 hour already created a top wick over here. So can we come down lower? I think we can. I think we could come back down into this area and form some kind of a support somewhere in here to then maybe continue up. Unless we hold the support here and fill these wicks, but is everyone following along? Like everyone understands what we're doing here? What we're waiting for, and if we don't get it, we don't trade it. See, this could all be a huge range right here. If you neglect 600 and price is just holding the support, previous resistance, this could be the whole range if we don't get this. But we have conditions on the trade. We put our stop loss right up here. If this candle flips bearish and passes the low of that candle and starts to come right back down into this area and it fills that wick, and we fill this area over here, but then we fail to continue right back down, and then we come back to our entry over here, that's where we got to start managing risk and seeing what's going on because we want that hard push coming down. All right, we just flipped bearish past the low. I'm gonna open my trade right now. All right, anybody else in?
not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just watching, bro.
Okay. I'm starting to flip bullish over here. 706. Wow, push down. Starting to look at some of these time frames. We did get that 5-minute close right over there, but we did pass the low of it. So let's see if we get the strength to continue right back down through it. Trying to get rid of some of these. This mess. All right. Jaden, you take anything this morning yet?
Yeah, I'm in the south.
Oh, nice. Take a screenshot of the 5. See if this 5-minute candle closes bullish, and we got to think about managing risk here. Because it's not doing what we wanted it to do, and we're in a messy range. See if we'll- All right, so the 1-minute is holding the support right over here, but we're still making lower highs. So let's see if we respect this area over here as a resistance. Everyone know what I'm looking at? Like if we start to reject this area to continue right back down, that'd be great. If we close above it, then I'm going to close the full trade. Or vast majority of it. All right, so let's see. The 5-minute close bullish. So I'm just gonna let's see. Just trying to analyze this real quick. See what's happening because this candle close like that. A lot of times that wick gets filled. So if we break our own high right here and break the high of that candle, then I'm out.
I like the 15-minute.
Yeah, I like the higher time frames over here. But for some reason it looks like we're holding the support and we passed the low of that candle, then flip bullish again. 1 minute just closed bearish at this level.
I'm gonna let this next 5-minute candle print before I do anything.
Yeah, I don't want to micromanage, and that again, that guys, that comes with intuition and stuff like that with your pairs. So you just want to be very tight with risk management, but not too tight where it's like you're not like fluid with the market and like just like a complete robot, you know. There we go. Stay below 600. All right, we got a strong 1 minute close right over here, but we're still holding the support. I want to close below the support right here, 580.
Making its top wick.
Yep. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have 3 EMAs on here. This is something I've been back testing the last 2.5 months, just to myself on MetaTrader, and just keeping it on there with the simulator just to see like how I like it as far as using it as a support and resistance. And it's great for us. It's the 10 EMA along with the 50 and the 200. And it forms a great support and resistance sometimes for us as scalpers. Again, you're not trading based on when like the 50 and the 10 cross, or there's no strategy to it. It's a nice guidance for you to know like the direction of the price, and if price is below all three, it's a good guidance to know where price is. On that 5 push. We gotta break that support. There we go. Spoke too soon. I think I entered my dynamic risk like second position too early. I think I should have waited for this stuff to play out over here before entering that second position. Got Miles coming in, but that's okay. We'll see how this plays out. Miles.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Not much. How about yourself?
Not too much, brother.
How you feeling?
Pretty good. I actually woke up feeling very refreshed today, which is
There you
good.
go.
I don't know. I wish I could figure out why some days it's just easy to get up and some days it's not, just in terms of tiredness. But today was well rested for sure.
There you go. I think it really has to do with the night before and your like purpose for the next day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you need to like set your purpose that night before for the day, plan out your day, know exactly why you're waking up, what you're doing when you do wake up, stuff like that. It makes it a lot easier. Now, don't get me wrong, it's very hard. It's something that you're always going to be mastering. I'm always trying to master it. Anybody, you ask anybody that's successful, it never goes away, that challenge. But it's something that, once you get the hang of it, it gets a little bit easier. All right, we're holding support over here. Yes, this is not looking good over here. Yep, I am out of the full thing. Perfect. Perfect risk management. So we lost about 4 pips right up here. Oh, is that the top wick on the next 15 minute?
My trading view, the 15-minute closed bullish, or it was blue, I guess green for you, but on my my MetaTrader, it closed bearish.
Huh. Yeah, mine closed bullish over here on the 15-minute. It's like we're holding the support right here. I don't know if this is like a range I want to trade, like give a second chance, in this whole area. See these wicks? And these wicks have like tapped into here. We keep rejecting. Plus, we have this area over here that we're holding like a support at 600 over here as well. Yeah, this is tricky to trade in. What I did was, I stuck to my rules, stuck to our plan over here, where if we're going to try and call tops up here at 800, we wait for the support to break. We got that with the wick to fill. We got this candle rejecting that zone again, or that range again. This candle passing the low of it. We like this setup. Normally this candle like just fills that wick and continues down a little bit more, and we could have gotten 10 pips easily, but we ended up closing bullish. We were holding this support over here on the 5-minute. This 5-minute ended up passing the low over here, which is the entry, and then ended up flipping up here. We stayed patient. We didn't enter, or we didn't exit or do anything like that. We saw the way this 5-minute candle closed, right? Like a doji like that. A lot of times that wick gets filled, and that's what we got right here, right? And then we ended up holding a support again on the 1-minute. It looked like we were coming down with this candle right over here to close below and then maybe continue right back down to fill that 30-minute wick. But we never did that. We held support, and we're starting to reverse over here. So I closed the full thing about 4 pips in drawdown. We were risking 9.1 pips, about 10 pips. So we only lost 4 pips right there. Now we're starting to yes, let's see. Michael Sealy. Is that the guy from Game of Thrones?
No, but he is
okay.
British.
Michael
He
Sealy.
has like a
Okay.
relaxing, deep voice. It's
It
perfect
works?
for bedtime. Yeah, I just play like a quick 30 or like 1 hour sleep meditation, and that's been great for like the last 4 years every now and then. Or I have like this app that plays different kinds of noises, and you can like edit your own. I'll write the name down. I'll look at my phone in a bit, and it helps me so much just to like get in the zone and sleep.
There you go. I like if you guys, a little kind of a hack, but if you guys lay in bed on your side and have a book that you're reading, but above your head where you have to like look up to, not look up, but like raise your eyebrows kind of to like read it. If you do that, your eyes naturally get tired and you just want to sleep, and it's like magic.
Yeah, reading definitely does that to me before bed too.
But like reading at a certain angle.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It makes your eyes like tired because you're constantly like trying to look up at the book. And it's not all the way up here, but you're just like up there and you're just laying down. You naturally get sleepy after a couple of pages. You're just out.
Yeah. Or like listening.
Hey bro, how much does your girl charge for her logo?
Megan, how much does she charge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could, I'll contact you with her, and you guys can figure it out. But she's fair, and anyone she knows, she'll definitely do.
Okay, yeah, I tried using Fiverr. I just didn't like the ones that they offered.
You see, this was my experience. So at the time that I needed her to do mine, she was very busy at that point. And it was almost like, I needed to get a logo done. And I was thinking about going to Fiverr. And after that, I was just like, you know what? I'd rather wait for her to do it. And when I waited for her to do it, I was so much happier. Like you guys have seen my logo. It's sleek,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd be interested in if she is not too busy. I want to, get one up quick.
When are you looking to get it done?
Within the next day or two.
Oh, I mean that logos take a little bit. I
I
mean,
don't want some, it's gonna
if
be
you want like a
simple.
good one, because she'll like draw this out for you different. Like she'll give you 5 or 6 different logos for you to choose from, for you to kind of like go through, and then she starts perfecting that one.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you can get me in contact with her and I can talk to her.
Yeah, let me send you. We might need your help too, Mary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well,
Give
my
me an
uncle.
excuse to come to the East Coast.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you want to come out, I mean, I know it's gonna be a lot, like to fly you out and everything. Um, my uncle was supposed to do it for free, and my uncle somehow, I don't know what happened over the last year and a half, 2 years. It's honestly been a culmination of like 3 or 4, but just I don't know where he stands right now with like COVID and all that stuff. He just I don't know, completely took a left turn, if you know what I'm talking about. And
Sure.
I don't know what happened. It's almost like he caught a virus. Look at that risk management right there. Happy with it. And now like he backed out of doing the wedding, and now we're kind of stuck trying to find somebody. We're thinking about her aunt, but if her aunt backs out, I've contacted my church and they can't do it because we're getting married on a Sunday.
What month?
April 10th.
Dude, I would definitely consider that if you're serious.
Yeah, I would love you to marry us. That'd be amazing. It's just I gotta, we have so much that we're thanks, Kat. We have so much that we're focusing on and have to deal with between like paying for tuxedos, stuff like that. I still gotta get her wedding band. Holy shit, I forgot about that. Gotta get her wedding band. You gotta pay the venue. There's a lot going on that we gotta do. So we'll figure it out. But I would love you to marry us. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I obviously wouldn't charge you or anything. I would pay for my own flight to come down.
Because who's gonna be there? It's gonna be Brandon, and Chad.
Really?
Yeah. So that'd be amazing.
Wait, Brandon who?
Leon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, the thing is when we when I went down there for him to mentor me, we just became boys, obviously, and then Daisy and Meg became friends on Instagram. Now they're no longer together, so now he's coming up by himself.
Wait, what?
You didn't know that?
Brandon and Daisy?
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Yeah, they're no longer together.
When I went down there. Sorry, this is totally off topic from trading.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, this is like this week is kind of almost like a syllabus week where it's just like we could just talk shit. We could talk psychology, stuff like that. We're not going to be taking too many trades. As you guys have seen the last 2 weeks, it's been a light December. So we're just taking it smart. This is where everyone blows their accounts in this month because they get very antsy and they want to make money to end the year. And it's very risky and susceptible to blowing an account. Not that any of us are going to do that because, we stay disciplined, but it happens. So we just wanted to take it light. There hasn't been that many setups over here either. So it's good sessions to kind of just catch up, us going over different things or talking shit, whatever you guys want to do. Watching videos, getting better. So yeah, what were you saying, Jade?
He won't be able to watch these, can he? No, when I stayed there, I was just like, wow, they are very mean to each other.
Yeah. Dude, having a kid makes everything very difficult.
Yeah.
It makes everything very complicated. A lot of people think it'll bring them together if they're having like relationship issues,
Mhm.
and it does the complete opposite.
Yeah, that's like the worst decision ever.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, you're going through relationship issues. You know, you guys are fighting all the time. Like, maybe we should get a kid that'll help us out. No, please don't do that. 5-minute close roll.
Do you know if he like broke up with her or vice versa?
I don't know. I when I hear stories, I always register it. If I don't hear the other side, I always register that story, and I basically go with that. But I know in the back of my mind, I haven't heard the other side yet, and there's always 3 sides to every story. So I don't want to judge her or anything like that. I'll just, I listen to his venting, and that's about it. Well, I
Gotcha.
definitely understand if that's exactly what's going on. I definitely understand his frustration. Let's put it that
For
way.
sure. Okay.
But
Well,
again,
which
like I
makes
said,
with that
I
response, it just makes me like wonder how bad he was. If you're gonna like
no,
take
I
all
mean,
that,
you just, I mean, you know him, Brandon. So, I can only, I don't know.
oh well,
Again, I haven't talked to her yet, so I want to hear her story. But his is, I definitely understand. If that's what it is, then I see why he'd be frustrated. Definitely,
for sure.
definitely. Yeah, we'll talk at another time. So is anybody planning anything like over the break? Like, I know we're gonna be getting a lot of work done and stuff, but this is our time, or gonna be your time, and what I'm focusing on for next year, so that everyone can like feel that ability to go on vacation next year. I want you guys all to be putting in so much work next year, and 2022 is going to be that year that you completely like flip everything around, especially in your personal life as well. But 2022, I want you to put in so much work next year and be so confident after next year that next year's Christmas break, everyone's going on vacation. And I've been thinking about doing some, like, even ever since we started the group. But obviously we got to plan these things out and stuff like that. But like doing something where I feel like the core people, the people in the beginning have really been turning the corner. Like just going on like an all-inclusive little vacation for all of us during that winter break. Whoever wants to come, we'll go to Punta Cana or something like that. Costa Rica, I don't know, somewhere in the islands, just for a couple days, and just get to know each other, all that stuff. So do like a SFX Trading Group vacation. But that's what I'm aiming for. I want you guys all to feel that ability to go on vacation instead of feeling like I have so much more work to do, so that I could trade full time by the end of next year. I want you guys all to have that ability. Whether you have the funds or not to do it, it's like I'm confident enough where I could be doing this. And that's going to take a lot. That's not easy. It's all going to happen very quickly, because certain things are going to click in your trading. As far as like risk management, as far as like, some of the setups you're seeing, stuff like that, everything's going to click pretty quickly. You just need to stay consistent with what clicks, right? You're going to have things that are clicking in your mind that you need to stick to, things that you need to do. And once that clicks, you just got to stay consistent with those things that you tell yourself you need to do now after that stuff clicks. Does that make sense? That makes sense, Miles, Kat, Jaden?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah, sure.
So like, let's say you guys we put in a ton of work over the winter break. We go into January pretty confident, and then all of a sudden January is a lot different than November or December of this month. As far as like what you've been able to do, stay consistent, you were profitable that month, whatever the case may be, making the right decisions every single day, stuff like that. And then February, March, you're consistent again. You're like, oh my God, wow, I'm doing really well right now. I'm not blowing accounts. I'm not losing more trades than I'm winning. I'm not losing a lot more than I'm winning with my winning trades. Everything's starting to like turn the corner here. And then April, May, June comes around. That's where the volume starts coming around, and you're like, oh my God, I'm like pretty good at this. I'm not getting overconfident. I'm sticking with what I'm doing every single day and focusing on the day at hand, but in the task at hand, but not getting overconfident. But this is where everything starts to turn for you. And that's got to be your goal. And that's how you want to go into January, knowing that that's how your January is going to be. That's why I said the year starts now. The year started December 1st. 2022 has 13 months this year. So yeah, we ended up Jaden, what'd you end up doing with this? Where'd you close?
Well, my stop loss is above the high of like above that range.
Okay. What, around 800?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know, just that zone is just rejection, rejection, rejection. So I'm trying not to get scared out by those previous bullish candles because it could very well just reject again. So
Yep.
I'm just gonna give it some breathing room.
Okay. Did you like close 50 or anything?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. There you go. You're just letting the rest run. That's smart. Yeah, there's definitely a difference between not getting scared and also not getting scared. What was the word I was gonna use? I forget. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Because my target is like 149.6.
149.6. Okay. But you think we're coming right back? You think we're coming right back into this area down here?
I mean, that's like a TP, 5 or 6. But
Yeah. So you want to get this bounce off of
if
this.
anything, I'd like it to come down to 150.2.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, this area right here is just very key as far as like a demand zone. Like we keep bouncing off of that and holding it as a support with this bearish candle right over here. Ended up closing above. This candle tapped into it with a bottom wick and flip bullish, coming up to fill these wicks up here. Let's see what gold ended up doing. Yeah, gold's just ranging in here. See, that's why we marked off this resistance over here. We're just ranging right now. Candles passing highs and lows. You need price to break above this level. And if we close above this level, I think we're tapping 1800. So let me journal this trade while we're just sitting here waiting.
How tall are you?
I am 5'10". How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Nice.
Last time I checked, it's been a while.
You're right. I haven't checked in a while.
Might be at 5'5" now. Who knows?
Who, me?
No, me. Been sitting in a chair so long.
You're right. All this trading stressing me out. Stunting your grip.
My hair's gone. I look like I'm fucking 50 now.
30-minute. So yeah, what would that entail? Like what, let's say like you were to marry us, what would we be doing?
I
Like
need
what-
to look in. I need to look into getting licensed. And are you gonna do it in Jersey?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I would just like probably FaceTime you guys and talk to you what kind of wedding you want it to look like and how like vows and stuff like that, what you want to do.
Yeah.
Would I be able to like stay at your place?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why it couldn't work out.
All right, we'll figure it out. It's awesome to have.
Yeah, that's exciting. I feel honored.
Yeah, right. Oh, 100%. Love you to marry us. That was always in the back of my mind, but you know, we thought we had my uncle locked down.
Right.
So I wasn't even thinking about anyone else at that point.
Are you gonna do a big wedding?
Like 130.
Nice.
Yeah, it's-
You already got the venue and everything?
yeah, everything's set. So we're gonna ask her aunt over Christmas, and if we get a no, then you know we'll be talking.
Cool.
Give you plenty of time in advance. You're gonna be in Arizona at that point, aren't you?
I might be coming back
Okay.
at that time. I have to see which is cheaper to fly out of.
Yeah.
One minute starting to tank.
Yeah, we're breaking that level again. So does anyone have anything they want to work on or anything like that? Miles, did you see my the journal, the group trade, group Trello?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they were. It was basically, I think, which is a good sign. But like my analysis after the trade was pretty much identical to what you identified as well after.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Good. So it made sense for you.
yeah, 100%. Like the one I know, yeah, the one of them. I think it was the gold trade. I know. I overlooked because I saw like on the 4 hour there was a support that was on the 1 hour, but it wasn't on the 4 hour. It didn't really check out. So I guess I just overlooked it. And then that's exactly where I ended up taking the buy and getting stopped out because it rejected that 1 hour
Mhm.
1 hour resistance. So now I know that's definitely not something I'll do again. And then I think the other GJ trade that I wasn't very happy with that day, just like that one again, just wasn't really in the right headspace in terms of like we just had that that huge bullish move after interest rates. It was already, and then we had the bearish move correct it, and it just really didn't make a whole lot of sense to anticipate that move to be corrected. Then again, especially after we had so much bearish momentum correcting the original bullish move. So just trying to make sure that I'm getting the full picture before I get into anything. That was definitely and that was an overtrade. I was only supposed to take one trade that day. The DJ trade was an overtrade that I wasn't happy with, but I'm glad at least I closed it early instead of just watching the bleeding, because I was tempted to watch it, and just like, no, it could still go, but I closed it early in an early loss, so I'm happy about that at least.
There you go.
That's the silver lining from that trade.
Miles, did you see this?
Yeah, I did. Definitely gonna start using that too. I have something similar, but I definitely like this one more.
Well,
I
yeah,
have a
I know you
test
had that
this-
whole
like
trading
this one
plan
more for
already.
sure.
You already had that whole trading plan printed out and everything like that. So that was nice. But this is something that you could print out as well and just keep this in front of you. Just a couple things to just check over. Make sure that you're in line with your strategy and you're sticking to your plan before you enter a trade. I think this will be huge for you.
Absolutely.
I think one thing that we can add to this actually is, am I trading or buying at the high or selling at the low? That's a good one.
Mhm.
I think I may add that right now. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. Just put this in here. All right, perfect. Yeah, so we're sitting at this 800 level over here. This candle closed a strong bullish candle. No top wick though. So see if we continue right back up or if we continue to reject.
Since that 30-minute candle closed above the 30-minute resistance, could we technically look for some kind of retest on that resistance itself and kind of wait for it to break above the 150.73-ish kind of level.
I missed that first part of what you said. What was that?
Yeah, so since that candle closed above the 30-minute resistance
Right
with
here.
quite a bit of volume, could we technically look for a bit of a retest on that same resistance and kind of wait for it to break above that zone that you have marked up?
Right here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that would just be like a breakout and then like waiting for that wick kind of situation, or
No,
like a proper retest.
you could possibly get that. This is where we wick down into over here, but at the same time, like you just want to wait for price to close above 800. Like that way we know we're pretty much clearing it. I mean, we
Right.
could always fake it out and continue right back down, but you know that if we close above 800, GJ wants to stay above 800 at least for that time frame.
Right.
All right, like just like we keep rejecting 600 down here. Like for some reason, GJ just wants to stay above 600 and still in this range.
Mm-hmm. Preferably like a higher, like a 15-minute close or something like that. Not so much like a 5-minute close, or could it?
What on the 800?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like a 15 or a 30-minute. If it's a 15, I'll wait for like the a nice little retest over there. If it's a nice 30-minute candle, then maybe the next candle creates a bottom wick and passes the high of it. Then we know we got some good volume.
Mm.
But it really depends on if like that 30-minute is coming all the way from down here and then we close above up here, it could be overextended. And then you want to
Right.
be for, a classic retest or a good support held at 800 to continue up.
Right.
But if we get like it would have to be a candle, like a strong candle like that, where we create the high and then we get either a clean retest or we get a strong close above right here. And the next candle creates a bottom wick and pass the high up here. And that's where you can enter as it breaks its own high or the high of the previous.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just get that bullish candle, you could get a 15-minute candle, you could get a reverse right away.
Makes sense.
Still ranging here on gold.
Quick question on the way that you journal. When say you close partials at like 10 pips, but then you close the second partials at 20 pips.
Yep.
When you go ahead and you mark that trade on your journal, that number that you put like plus X amount of pips won, do you consider the 10 pips or the 20 pips when you put it there?
Do I consider?
Yeah, like because I see that you put one number, you put like the pair, and then you put like the plus amount of pips.
Yeah, let's see.
Plus or minus.
Trying to find my journal here. Where is my journal? Here we go. All right, so like right here, or
yeah, exactly. Like that number, would that be your partials? No, oh, you put both. Okay.
So this is two trades that I took. So I missed out on 13.6 pips and I missed out on 25 pips on the second trade. And these are the trades I would have taken yesterday. And it's a whole journal like description. This is the first trade right here, what I learned from it. Second trade right here, what I learned from it. And then I'll have my original entry right here, and then when I have two, it's the next trade. But right over here, I know what you're talking about, like the total number of pips.
Yeah, like say you
Yes.
just took one position, for instance.
If it's just one position, it's the total amount of pips that I got.
Gotcha.
Like if I on short GJ plus 24 pips, right over here, I secured 80% at 8.3 pips, but I then secured the final position at 50, secure 50% at 24.5 pips. That was like, I was able to gain 24.6 pips. Actually, 25. I think it was 24 on this one. So let's go back to 24. I don't know why that was. No, it was 24.6. I don't know why I put 5 right here. But does that make sense?
Yeah, sounds good. I was
You
trying to
also-
figure out what trade I took yesterday, so I was like, which one is it?
Yeah, I was just looking at your I love the way you detailed this. This is great. Nice little breakdown.
You know.
So entry is the price broke the low of that candle right there. Secured
Yeah, the
partials at 15 pips, then 24 pips at stop loss to break even. Okay. So that was 15 and 24 right there.
Maybe not exactly. It was looking a little different on my windows, but I was just like, around this price is where I'm
Sure.
closing partials, so this is where I'm gonna put the little mark.
Yeah.
And then it entered slightly different, I guess, because of the spread, so it just looks slightly off. But that's
Yeah.
kind of what happened.
It's all good. Yeah, this was a trade I was looking at yesterday on DJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is nice though. Created a higher low or lower high over here. Continue right back down, where we ended up holding support over here. So this is a great secure. Did you leave a runner? Yeah, stop loss at break even. Ended up getting stopped out.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
I was trying to see like what other kind of situation, like if it formed something else to try and get out, but nothing really, there was no confirmation for me to like close early. So I just
Mhm.
let it hit stop loss. I mean, break even.
True. Have you
Or I
have you
don't
been
know.
have you been documenting on Trello yet?
Yeah, I was trying to document this particular trade actually. I'm like, let
Okay.
me just start properly this week.
Okay.
Trying. I'm still struggling a little bit to like detail everything. I'm just like, what more do I write? But I'm gonna get on this again today and see if I can like break it down nicer.
Well, listen, don't feel pressure to like put like all this detail in there, like stuff that you don't even need. Like when it comes to that, just put everything that you think you're gonna want to know 4 or 5 months down the road when you go back and look at your trade, or a
Mhm.
couple weeks down the road when you go back and look at your journal. Just so
Right.
that like everything that you need to put yourself exactly in the same spot and know exactly what you were thinking at that time. That's it. Some of these trades are going to take a lot of detail to put in there. Some aren't going to take that much, because there's not that much going on. But you want to take a quick little note of everything going on and what you want to be paying attention to for the next time you come back.
I actually have a question about that trade. I'm about to send the 5-minute chart if that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So you want the 5-minute open right now?
I'm sending a picture. On
Okay,
Slack.
perfect. Perfect.
So I'm just trying to think like how I could have managed it a little bit better, if any. So I kind of just put there that I could have considered closing at that bullish candle when it passed the high of the previous candle, but I'm not sure if that would have been like a valid close for the full position or if it's subjective.
You could have considered closing here when it passed the high of the previous on the 5-minute. Okay, so you secured. Okay, so once price passed the high of that candle right there, what do you think was going to happen? What was going on in your head?
I thought maybe it was just going to retest somewhere around here, which I mean, it kind of did, but it hit break even, and then because of my spread, it just kind of knocked me out.
I think, I mean, this knocked you out of break even.
Mhm.
If you already secure 15 and 24 right here, I think this is fine. Just getting stopped
Yeah.
at break even. Like you don't want to micromanage as well because you could very well continue in your direction and continue right back down. As long as you're not getting stopped out by hitting your stop loss, you're fine. Like if you secure 15 and 24 in profit, you should never be losing money on that trade.
Mhm.
Makes
And
sense?
if you see a situation like this, oopsie, like that where it just kind of tapped it, and say
Right
you
here?
get no, right here, yeah,
Oh.
or you get basically stopped out at break even.
Mhm.
If you get stopped out, there's no reason to enter the trade again. Like as far as this confirmation goes, which I guess is none really.
Yeah, there's nothing that shows me that all right, we created a low, we're coming up to retest this area. Now let's continue right back down. Like there's nothing telling me that with this candle close.
Right.
Like
Like
this
once
one
you're
passed the
stopped
low
out,
of that
that's it.
candle. Yeah, this one passed the low of that candle, but what's the area to the left over here? Like there's a reason why we kind of stalled out right over here because we got a previous support.
Mhm.
So we need price kind of closing below that area to maybe come right back down here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense. Gold is doing something, by the way. Seems like it's breaking out of this one.
Gold just breaking.
Uh,
Let's see what we got. There we go.
hmm.
Here we go. So it's going to close in 1 minute. This is perfect. Good call, Kat. Can we get the next candle? We're exiting that consolidation. Can we get the next candle coming down? Let's check the other time frames. 1 hour looks nice, but 1 hour close with no top wick over here. So we're going to pass the high of that candle right now and then come right back down and retest. So let's see if we get a nice support formed over here and a continuation up. Also check the pips. You only have about 15 pips up to 1800. Yeah, I don't like how that closed with no top wick. I think we may be continuing up though. So that happened kind of quick. It passed the high right away. I just don't like how this candle has no top wick. You know,
Right.
when that happens, my antennas go up a little bit. Like that's, I mean, we could very well continue up, but that's not part of my rules. Like part of my plan is I'd rather wait for the retest after getting a candle like that. But I like how the 4 hour looks.
You'd
All right,
rather wait for the retest?
4 hour created a bottom wick. Yeah. Yeah. It's rather wait for like some clean price action up here, knowing that we're definitely out of that range. Because there's no more momentum after that candle closes with no top wick.
Mhm.
Again, like I said, we can continue up, but that just means we missed the trade. There we go. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks to watch, to be honest with you. But like, also, where's your stop loss going to be? Right.
Right.
That's another thing that's in that checklist. Like, you don't have a clear stop loss. What are you going to put it below this candle? Right. You're going to put it below the 15-minute candle? Or you're going to put it below the 5-minute candle where, gold will just take you right out.
Mhm.
So, if we
Maybe
took
more
it from
something.
here, so far, this was only like 13 pips right here. But your there was no clear stop loss right there.
Right.
Yo, Steph, just I was just gonna add, like, because I have like a post trade list that kind of involves some of the questions that you told, like, for example, asking yourself, are you proud of the decisions you made after? I was just gonna throw that in the general chat too. That's cool with you.
Yeah, well, I'm a little confused by what you were asking. Like it.
So, like, yeah. So I have like a post trading checklist that's just like a couple of questions. Basically, it's similar to what you
Oh,
have, but it's just like after the fact stuff that you just ask to evaluate if you're happy with how you traded. So just like
yeah,
a couple, like, so I was just gonna add that super quick just to see if
yeah.
anyone,
Please
if it
do.
helps anyone out.
Yeah, because you put that in your Trello. Like, if you guys ever see Miles's Trello over here, he'll put. Let's see, this is a trade you took. He has a whole checklist over here, but he also has this post trade section, which is pretty cool. The psychology part of it, what he's thinking. Is he happy with the trade? Is he happy with the risk management? Like, how did the risk management play out? Stuff like that. This is all great to have here. I have this in my morning AAR that I actually physically write down, but having this in the Trello is perfect.
Nice.
And then he's got this Mdfx trading checklist. There you go. So he's got his whole checklist of what he's looking for these trades, and he just checks these off. So guys, if you guys aren't sending your trades in here yet, I'm giving you guys my thoughts on every single trade in here that you guys are posting in here. So having that is just invaluable because you have somebody that's gonna constantly be looking over your trades every single time you post it in here. And the more you learn from that, like James is getting a lot out of that right now because he keeps posting trades and I keep giving him feedback. He's writing that stuff down and carrying it into the next trade. And by doing that, he's not making the same mistakes that much. He's like getting better and better. It's like we snap back down over here. Jaden, you're still in this?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
I was thinking of GJ. I'm not in anything right now, but I was thinking of sells if I get like a break and retest of some sort below 150,500.
You're thinking sells on GJ?
Yeah, I was thinking about sells if if we're still some ways away, but yeah, if I got a break and retest below like 150,500 area, that's where I was thinking of taking some sells.
Okay, so our thought process on this is that we've been in this bullish trend since 600, kind of creating these higher lows over here. What we were saying, our pre-market analysis saying none of this happened over here, this second tap. We were waiting for that retest right over here on the 15-minute to take this down. And we were going to get something like this, where price came right back down into this area over here. And then we started to consolidate back at this support over here. And then we continue right back up and continue right back up from there. So that's what we were looking for. That little scalp right back down to this area to continue right back up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but we ended up getting a second tap, kind of like what we got, not this past Monday, but the Monday before. We got this where we waited for that retest. We didn't get it. We ended up tapping that area again, and then we ended up just dropping. So let's see what we look like on the 15-minute over here. If we're going to hold this resistance. to continue right back down. See, this is sort of the trade that I took last time on this, on that Monday. Stop loss above that resistance, and I set my TP somewhere down here, and I set it and forgot it. And this is why we have the journal. Pretty similar, right? Tap, you know, in a bullish trend, tapping off 750 over here, holding resistance. And then we end up rejecting over here, passing the low over here, impulse entry, set and forget. So I'm just going to paper trade this right now and see how we do. Now, if we get, you know, kind of like what Miles was talking about right here, if we get a close below that level, we may be able to get a retest to take this right back down. But just be aware of this whole area right here. Get a little rejection on gold. There you go. Now we got this high created, which is great, right? We've passed above 180 or 1800. Problem is we rejected 1800 again, which we always seem to do on GJ, or which is what we've been doing over here. So can we get a retest over here and a solid support formed? I don't know. It's starting to get ugly. Yeah, I think this is gonna break right through. We just need to wait for it to actually do so. We haven't passed the low of that bearish bullish candle yet either. Holding support. $5.90. So Cat and Miles, are you guys feeling a little bit more calm in the market since you've been in? Do you feel like relaxed a little bit more?
I think so personally. I don't know if it's because it's December and I'm like
Sure.
being patient with
Yeah.
myself and giving myself that opportunity
Hmm.
to just kind of settle in and like understand Trello and like go through content and get better trading habits and organizing habits. So I don't know if it's because of that, but hopefully it stays.
Yeah. That could definitely be it as well. And you've been in Sharma's group as well too, so you kind of, we're similar in some aspects. So it's probably, probably get a little residual from that too.
And definitely like simulation sessions have helped with you, with Sharma, and with Vaishak, that we do some simulations together. Or like me, I've been doing like a couple here and there.
Well, during our breakdown last night, we were just talking about how we're going to be doing a lot of back testing with them as well too over the break, so that'll be good.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, I definitely have felt more calm for sure since joining. I think for me it's just getting to the point where it's on a more where it's all the time, or like just a lot more consistent. But like I think more of my calmness has come from like honestly having more confidence. Like before I joined your group, I didn't really like I knew what my goals were, but like I didn't like on a regular basis believe that like 100% is going to happen, and like it's just like it's inevitable. So I think that for me, like just the increase in confidence of like trusting the process has definitely just helped me to be more calm in the markets more regularly. Like for sure. Like last week, I think I told you, like I think it was last week or the week before, but that was like I had never before like just comfortably sat down and seen so many opportunities that I could have taken that just weren't aligned with my plan, journaled them, and I didn't feel like I didn't even care not to like that I didn't take them. Like that's the first time for me that's happened in my trading career for sure. So yeah, definitely feel more calm.
That's awesome, dude. I love hearing that. That's something that the more you keep journaling and paying attention to the detail, like what you've been doing with the group Trello, stuff like that, and the more in tune with your trading and making sure that you're getting the most out of yourself and making the right decisions in the market, you're gonna be good. Like you're putting in enough work right now. It seems like that. It's just gonna take a little bit of time and experience, but I want every day for you to feel more and more calm in the market, more and more in tune and chilled out instead of like, always. I'm not saying that you're like this, but I'm saying like just very tense and, not sure of your analysis, not sure of your plan, a lot of questioning of your skill and all that stuff. You don't want to be in that position. You want to be very confident, not overconfident, but very confident in your trading plan, knowing that if you take 10 trades over the course of a week, you're going to win 7 or 8 of them because of your trading plan and sticking to your setups that you look for, sticking to your pairs, all that stuff. You know that you're trading based on the system instead of just taking random trades.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, trading, all it comes down to is decision making. That's why I focus so much on your personal life too, and being able to make the right decisions every single day, and having like building standards, building habits, building values. You don't know your values until they've been tested. You don't know if you're going to be managing risk, if price goes against your direction. You don't know if you're going to hesitate or not until you actually go through it. And you tell yourself, I'm no longer hesitating with managing risk. I'm concentrating on preserving my capital before making anything, keeping my capital. That's the most important thing. You're going to make plenty of money. Don't worry about it. But you got to learn how not to lose before you learn how to win. If that makes sense.
And that's one of the things that like, I'm trying to work towards is just like you said, like the parallels between trading and the personal life. Like a similarity is like in my, in my personal life and in trading. Like sometimes I focus so much on the macro that it hurts the micro because I'm just thinking so much about the bigger picture. It's taking my focus away from doing the micro things, the small things that will help me get to that bigger picture. And like it's just, I like the fact that trading really just exposes that and makes you confront it and just work on it. But I can definitely see, like some of those parallels is like pretty good. I feel like for me, that pretty much not the only time, but for the most part, the times that I am over trading or not doing things that I know I should be doing when it comes to trading, a lot of the time is because like I'm just not thinking about it correctly in terms of like, yeah, I'm thinking about the macro and the big picture, and like literally I'll be thinking, okay, if I get this, like, what do I need to do to actually get to where I need to go? I need to be able to win trades. So right, and those those small moments where you're not feeling grounded, for me, it's like it's literally almost like the possibility of winning this trade, and not the fact that I'm winning money, just the fact that I'm proving to myself that I'm doing the act that I need to do to get to where I want to be, like outweighs the the possibility of the loss. You know what I mean? And it's just making sure that I cut that out and just constantly just renew the mind to make sure that you're not in that headspace, or if you are, and when it does happen, you just get out of it as quickly as possible.
Dude, the more that you can trust yourself, the better you're going to be, right? If you can't trust yourself in the market to close or to take the right trades, to take the correct trades as far as decision making goes, if you can't do that, you're just going to be dead in the water for your entire career until you learn how to do that.
For sure.
But again, it's all about trusting yourself. And you guys, the only way you guys are going to quit, you're going to grow a lot in this market. You're going to grow a lot from what you're learning right now. And as long as you don't quit, you're going to be growing. Don't worry about getting hit with adversity or anything like that. Embrace that stuff.
And another thing, like to your point too, like I've always journaled, not, and I think like fairly detailed, but definitely not with the same consistency of the detail that I'm doing now. And like that honestly just makes a big difference in terms of like being able to like know exactly without even having to necessarily review it all the time, but just knowing like, yeah, I know last week I took 2 trades and made this mistake. I'm not doing that. Like it being at top of mind, basically, rather than you just journaling and like, yeah, you have it there to go look in it. But I found like that's something that helped me. Like the more detail that I put and like did it more consistently, the easier it was for that to be at top of mind. And obviously that just makes it a little bit easier to not make those same mistakes 2, 3, 4 times. Maybe you only make it twice this time, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, you're always going to have your fundamentals that you're focusing on every single week. And when I say fundamentals, I'm not talking about economic news or any of that. I'm talking about like the way you trade and sticking to your plan, risk management, all that. Those are fundamentals of your trading. But each week you're probably going to have a theme, or maybe even each month you'll have a theme of what you're focusing on and what you're trying to make sure that you're trying to cut out or trying to add into your trading. And that's what you want to focus on every single week. Again, keep those fundamentals there, because if you slip with your fundamentals, you're just going to blow everything. But with having that theme every week, the only way you're going to find that theme is if you journal and you learn from your trading. I couldn't imagine trading or playing professional sports without watching film of myself the last week. Like that's something that's critical. Also, rewatching these live streams are going to help you guys a lot too. I used to learn a ton on Rakil's live stream when we'd be on it together every single morning. But then after that, I would go back and rewatch it. All right, this is great with gold over here. I'm looking for, just going to look for this 15-minute close. I wanted this 15 minute to close above 17.99, right around here. Is it taking off without us? See, this is another opportunity where I don't really want to take this in December, but a 5-minute entry where we ended up breaking, creating a high up here, coming down, creating a perfect support. This candle passed the high of the previous, didn't create a bottom wick, but it's the 5-minute. And then pushed all the way back up to 1800. Now it's like rejecting 1800 again. But that's a perfect example of a 5-minute entry on gold or GJ, 12 pips right there with a 7-pip stop loss. So that's a perfect opportunity for something that we may be able to take in January or February when volume starts to pick back up. But these are the ones that you journal right now so that you know that you're not missing some of these trades. Not that it's that big of a deal if you're missing a 5-minute trade, but eventually you're going to start seeing this with GJ and gold, because GJ and gold, there's a lot of entries on some of these lower time frames. You don't have to do this on EJ, on UJ, on any of these other pairs, but GJ and gold, you have these opportunities right here. So I'm not seeing anything too enticing. We're still sitting in this range over here, but I just want to plan some things out. Let's see if we could get that close below 150, 500 or 150, 550 over here. Let's see if we could get that close below. And if we do, this should be coming right back down somewhere into this area, because we keep rejecting this area up here. So look for that, but I would stay patient with that close below over here. But if it doesn't, we continue to range, then so be it. Don't get too antsy. Just be patient with the market right now and let it play out. Looking at gold over here. Gold, it looks like we're going to get that close above. But we'll see what we get. Let's see what we get with the 15-minute. Maybe the 15-minute creates a bottom wick and starts flipping bullish. I think we may be able to head up to 1803 over here, because we got this nice bullish move right over here coming into consolidation, consolidating. Can we get the same exact move we got right here as we can right over here? Let's see what we get. Or is the 30-minute going to close above 1800? Yeah, I think I would wait for maybe this candle to close and the next one creating a bottom wick to continue right back up. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna hop off because I'm done for the day. I think that was a good managed risk on GJ over here. I'm happy with the way that played out. Well, not happy with the way it played out, but definitely happy with the risk management. That's another win. That's how you got to consider these things, because you're going to be losing trades. You just got to be able to manage them. And if you can manage them the right way, that should be a win in your book. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to hop off. I hope you guys have a great, productive day. I'll see you guys later tonight. And looking forward to it tomorrow. We're going to be with Sharma tomorrow as well tomorrow.
Sorry, what's
I'm
tonight?
good.
Tonight's just like the Asian breakdown. I'll send it into the group.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, guys.
All
Have a
right.
good day, all right?
All right.
Yeah, take it easy, everyone.
See you guys.
Yeah.